Hello folks, welcome. Zorin OS 17.1 Education. This is not the core version. Education is a special version that has some different types of software pre-installed. We can certainly install a lot of these pieces of software with the core version, but I thought I'd at least give you a mini tour to see what is on this educational version to let you decide if you want to test drive this yourself. I am filming in 1920 by 1080. Welcome folks. The subscription key is in the corner. I'm going to first just give you a little bit of insight if you have never heard of my channel. It is Linux for seniors, but Linux is for any age. Don't let the age factor deter you. I don't care what age you are, if you're an older adult or younger adult. Let's put it that way. Or somewhere in between. I don't get paid for making videos. I do this for the community, the Linux community. And more importantly, I have lots of videos. I have well over 432, and this is not my first channel. All right, so I encourage that you read my mission statement. There's also some extra links in there for you. I have more videos than playlists. I could not accommodate any more playlists because of the library of my videos. But more importantly, if you are looking for Zorin, there are currently 29 in that playlist. And there might be even more listed in here because this one contains 429 and 428. And some of them are redundant, yes. You can also use keyword searches if you're using a regular browser. Just giving you an example, just typing Zorin. How about the word mouse? Different kind of versions of all kinds of different ones. There's a Zorin for mouse, or Zorin OS for the playlist, or here's one for taskbar, or whatever it might be. It's a mix and match when you start looking for things. So, how about file manager? All right, we can look at a couple of different ones and you'll find your distributions in here, all mix and match. There's one on Zorin right there. Automated backups is one of them. In either case, folks, you can see that I have quite a few toys. So, you may want to check that out. I'm going to back this thing all the way up and talk a little bit about Zorin. I'm going to go full screen. So I have lots of little tips and tricks of what I'm doing here. And I do encourage that you watch those videos because I'm not going to spend any time talking about those things today. Zorin OS, if you don't know anything about the distribution itself, is out of Ireland. It's Debian and Ubuntu based. LTS means long-term support. The desktop that you're watching today, which is the educational version, is a GNOME desktop. I thought it was an XFCE, to be honest with you. They do offer a live medium. What that means is you can download the ISO, and for the educational one, it's about a 7 gigabyte download. It's very big, but it's got a lot of software also. I don't use the popularity factor on DistroWatch, but I do like the way they lay things out. So if you needed to know more about Zorin as a general, you can just download this. Go to DistroWatch. And I have that link actually on my YouTube site if you wanted to do that. Now, if you want to go to the website directly, it's zorinos.com. All right, and I'm going to go to the download section. So the Pro version does come at a cost. And depending on what part of the world you're viewing this, your monetary system may be different. But this is $48 US, well, $47.99. So both of these desktops are actually GNOME. I actually thought this was an XFCE desktop because it used to be in the past. So I may have even made mention of it when I was doing a video for Core, that this was an XFCE. And if I did, I apologize. I stand to be corrected. You know, we all make mistakes occasionally. But this is a GNOME desktop. So it is a free download. We can do the learn more. And more importantly, you can always pause this videos and back them up if you need to. Down here is the system requirements. And I do encourage that you read that if you're concerned about that. Okay. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say on that. And I'm going to close this. Now I'm going to take you on a mini tour. I'm not going to do any specific things today, like talk about the file manager or special tricks in your web browsers, that kind of thing. Those I have other videos for. I'm just showing you what is in these menus, so you can make a discerning factor about you downloading this and testing it out yourself. Our user for today is Zorin EDU. Again, just thought I'd let you know that this is the educational version. You can certainly try to download some of those pieces of software on the core system. Again, I'm not going to talk about everything. I'll pause occasionally to let you see possibly what's different. And then I will make mention of the software that I did install, so you at least know that I did that manually. A lot of this stuff appeals to kids. Some of this actually appeals to adults. I think that one is for educators. And let me click a little bit past the turtle. And a couple more for kids, Tux Math and Typing. And then we'll go to games. Just showing you what's in here. Again, some of these things you can certainly download from the software store in your core system also. Graphics. You have GIMP installed. GIMP is similar to Photoshop. This may appeal to adults. LibreCAD, professional CAD system. Have not used it, but it's there. Maybe that's why those downloads ISOs are so big. All right, let's see. Yep. Okay, that was graphics. I added the Brave web browser in Chromium. It does have Firefox installed and Ramina. You can certainly add multiple web browsers. Brave is kind of like a security-eccentric browser. It's quite interesting, actually. And then you have Chromium, Chrome-based web browser. All right. Office, Calendar, Contacts, Evolution, ebook thing, and LibreOffice, along with some other toys. Again, a lot of this stuff can be downloaded also on the core. Programming. Something for the kids, maybe something for the adults. All right, science. Stellarium. So the kids will probably have fun with that, and so will the adults, if you like planetary kind of stuff. All right. Yeah, I left it science. So we go down to sound and video. I added pulse audio volume control. I was doing some, I was running this on 2 different systems. And anyways, I was doing some experiments with the sounds. So I added pulse audio. I also added simple screen. Other than that, the rest of these came installed. All right, so that's sound and audio. And again, I'm using simple screen. Simple screen does not work in Wayland. A lot of recording software doesn't work in Wayland. Anyways. GNOME disk utility, so if you need to adjust those partitions on your non-booted in drives, you'll also see, again, shortcuts to several things and some submenus. We'll open up the software store in a little bit here, but I'm going to stop at the software updater and just talk a little bit about your experience if you install this. So my experience on the hardware that I'm currently using was roughly about somewhere in the vicinity of 8 to 12 minutes. I did select update while I'm installing. I still had to do updates when I first logged in. And when I opened the software store, I also had to do some updates there. somewhere in between. You may end up with maybe a couple of reboots. All right, this I understand is upgradable. So if you wanted to go from education to pro, it comes at a cost. The Zorin appearance, file manager and stuff like that, I have other videos for. Okay. So we are talking system tools, yes. What's the last category? Utilities. There's a backup thing here. You can certainly use your file manager also. There's all kinds of tools in there, using compression and stuff like that. I also have videos on how to use rsync, remote sync, and you can certainly install grsync also for graphical rsync. Calculator, another shortcut to GNOME disk utility, system monitor, and of course terminal is at the bottom. And you can certainly use the type. Just type in what you're looking for. User today is Zorin edu. That's just what I decided to call it today. This is just a made up name. And shortcuts to your file manager, software store, settings, and the appearance. You can also right click on your taskbar. And again, I do have other videos for that kind of stuff. Now I'll open up the software thing. Hamburger menu, name, and where's the stuff coming from? Software. All right, I'm just making it bigger. So what is not listed in here is Flatpak software from FlatHub. It is in here though, but not in this list. Now I'm going to click additional driver. I'm just using the open source driver, but I do have an NVIDIA graphics card, and may I give you some tips if you're going to do this. So I don't know how familiar you are with your graphic card. If not, and you are using an NVIDIA graphics card, my suggestion is before you change that from the open source driver to something different, because there are different versions. So before you experiment and possibly hose up your system, excuse my word, go on the internet and find out your model number, what NVIDIA drivers work with your system. You may find out maybe the 535, or you may find out that you need a 390. Why play experiment? Do it right the first time, or at least try to, because we have different numbers in here. That's all I'm going to say on drivers. Now you can see there's a check mark here, so I might as well pick on this one. So this one is coming from flathub.org. It's Flatpak software. A lot of people don't know what that is. Flatpak software runs in a sandboxed environment. It's self-contained. It really doesn't need much from your system. Yes, it's a large download, and sometimes it takes a lot of space on your drive, but it is self-contained, and that appeals to a lot of people. You'll also see software like that one that says Snap Store on it. Or you'll find other stuff in here, like if you're looking for fonts, for instance, and you click that, and you'll see Zorin OS packages. Different fonts that you may want to play with. Okay, lots of different things. Keep in mind, only the ones with the check marks are installed. So there's a ton of software in here that you could add to your repertoire, as one would say. And more importantly, you can have a little fun at the same time. Right click on your desktop, change background. The default wallpaper for 17.1 core is this one. The default for this desktop, is this one. You can certainly change that. You can also bring in your own photos if you want and make that wallpaper. Add your own pictures. Thank you for watching.